Hi guys, so this is, I just got this in the mail in an effort to collect all the alternators. I am dipping into the Binaltech, which is the Japanese version of alternators. And as you can see here, we got the Japanese version. So it's a BBX version or whatever. It's a Toyota BB. And Tomei Takari is the manufacturer of this, or as they were known back then, Takari. Um, Now, the reason why I picked this up was because this was on sale, and I'll show you the American version, which is the Scion Jeep here. And as you can see, it's very different because it has these flames. The other notable difference is that this is diecast. So let's take a look at the packaging for the Japanese version. So it comes in a box, which originally was how Alternators was released, also in the same kind of box. And then in America, Hasbro went for kind of like this dome shape thing. This is Nemesis Prime. And so if you compare the two, Nemesis Prime's, because it's a truck, it is slightly bigger, but I think the dome shape actually is also a little bit bigger than the box version. So in the front we have, you can clearly see the car, art of the robot mode, number 16 in this line, and then more pictures of the Scion. I guess they're not called Scion in Japan. And as you can see here, they you can dress up the seal. So if you want the flames, you can add it, or you can do this other design here. In America, the American one, obviously the flames was your only choice, and then to showcase the engine. Okay guys, so here is Skid out of his box, and the first thing I've noticed right away was this is much heavier. This is die-cast here, die-cast on the hood. So basically the metal, it makes it really heavy. I mean, compared to the American version, which is it's all plastic and it's very light, and you can tell right away that this is a really nice quality basically transformer, Binaltech. So yeah, the Japanese version is obviously much superior, but I believe it is also more expensive. Hasbro went all plastic because they wanted to keep the price down. Because already, if you're paying $30 or $40 for this thing at the time that it was released, it was just not, that market didn't exist for the high-end collector. It is the first, basically the Alternators and Binaltechs were the first transformer that was targeted for the adult collector. And back then, there really wasn't enough of fans to justify paying $40 or $50 for these things. So Hasbro to keep it to 20 or 30. So the Japanese version, you get the instruction booklet, you get a trade-in card, which you don't get with the American version, and then you get these sticker decals that you can put onto your car. I'm gonna obviously not use the flame effects because of the American version, so I'm gonna use this version. Okay, so I've applied the sticker on the side as best as I could, and it looks alright, but kind of on reflection, I probably should have left it bare. Here's the other side. So yeah, the other stickers is the screen thing, which I'm not sure where it goes, and checking online I couldn't figure out where the screen sticker goes. And the Autobot symbol, I think one is supposed to go here, but because it's based on a real car, it would look really obnoxious. And if you look at the American version, which even though it has Scion written on there, there's nothing on the top of his hood. So I'm going to choose to leave it empty. Alright, so in typical Binaltech or alternators, his weapon is his engine. So if you open here, you can pull out the engine part. It's really hard because it's actually a peg in the back of his head. But we can, there we go. So this transforms into his gun. And so his engine is his gun. I may have lost it on my American version because there's no engine in his. So yeah, what else is the difference between the American and Japanese version? The mirror is slightly gold tinted here on the American version, and it has Scion written on there, as well as the flames on the side, which are not removable. It's part of his paint. It's also made of plastic again. This is diecast, and you just have to apply the sticker yourself, but you can leave it you know, bare, and I think it still looks just as good. Yeah, everything is the same. Doors opens up, seat moves back and forth. In the Japanese version, the driver's on the right side here. You see the steering wheel. And in the American version, it's going to be on the left side of the car. As you can see from the steering wheel there. I know it's hard to see here. This claps in when you transform. Well, I have to say I really love the Japanese version. It is definitely made for the collector. I love the diecast, and I just love that it's not crazy bling bling as the American version. And anyway, we'll see in robot mode. Okay, here's Skid in its robot mode. We'll take a look at the Binaltech version first. Now, as you can see, one of my biggest complaint about the Alternators line and the Binaltech line is that they put the car first, so that the car looks absolutely amazing, but the robot mode, it's kind of like a hit or miss with me. In this case with Skid, I really don't like the overall robot design. Now, I understand that they're trying to keep that classic look with the hood on his chest, you know, but it makes him look really fat because of the car design. So he looks kind of like stubby and fat, basically, and it's not a great robot look in my opinion. Compare that to the American version here. You can see that the whoops, they don't stand up very well also. Especially with the Binaltech, the Japanese version, because he's made out of diecast. The diecast is a lot heavier for him to stand and to balance. So I guess in a way the plastic kind of makes sense, but you know, again because Hasbro's trying to save money, they use all plastic, and I don't fault them for that, to keep the cost down. Because collectors just didn't want to pay a lot of money. Anyway, as you can see, the color is much darker in the American version, and then you only get one sticker for the arm here. And these aren't stickers, these are actually just decal that they machine pressed on. With the Binaltech version, he does get it on his robot on both of its arm, the Autobot symbol. So yeah. As far as the leg, he has silver leg, and then he has black legs. So it's yeah, I mean the difference is there, and of course not all Binaltech version is drastically different, or the paint is different than the American version. But I'm hoping to track down all the variant version of the Binaltech, so hopefully in the future I'll have more of these to show off. And Again, I love this line. I think it's an absolutely amazing line. Even though I now own two Skids, I actually prefer the Binaltech version just because of the simpler paint, and you don't obviously you can apply your own sticker if you want, if you like that, if you like the flame design or you don't like the flame design. So the choice is yours. And on retrospect, I probably shouldn't have put on the the sticker and just kind of kept it bare. I think he looks great just blue, just being blue by himself. And again, the Binaltech version is definitely far superior than the Hasbro version. But again, the price difference is going to be there, especially if you're importing stuff from Japan. You're going to pay an import tax as well as, you know, just being more expensive. But otherwise, yeah, I would try to collect the rest of the Binaltech stuff, especially if they're different enough from the American release. I know Jazz or Maestro, for example, I know that his version in the Japanese version was silver, and the American version would get a white version just to reflect the cartoon. So I'm interested in getting the silver version of Jazz. Yeah, they tend to be more expensive since they discontinue them. But I'm definitely trying to collect the whole line, and yeah, again, I only need 6 more to go for Alternators, and then I'm complete, and then I'll start working on the Japanese stuff. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you are collecting Alternators or Binaltech as well. I love this line. This is just an amazing line. Yeah, I wish Transformer would come back to this type of 1/24 scale real car design. I know it's tough because they can't get licensed for these cars, but if anything, with the movies and stuff, they've gotten a lot more license properties with the car companies. So in conclusion, transforming him back into the car mode is a lot easier than transforming him into the robot mode. And I think he looks a million times better as a car, obviously. I mean, obviously, the robot mode is okay. He looks kind of clunky and chunky. But the car mode is absolutely amazing. Again, it's based on a real car. And I guess in Japan they call these the BB, and in America they call these the Scion. Or at least a very similar model. Yeah, so the other thing I wanted to point out is because they're based out of a real car, the tires actually turn when you... So this is a gimmick on all alternators. Transform him, be careful not to dislodge this little clip here, so when you turn the wheels here, it turns the other wheel as well. These are rubber tires, so... And yeah, that gimmick works on all the alternators. It's awesome. And again, great car mode. I think I have regret on applying the stickers because it started to rub off when I was transforming him, like here. So I'm not sure if putting on the sticker was a good idea. I should have just left it just bare bones. But yeah, you still look great. Since I have 2 Skid, I'm gonna leave this one in the package. And since the Japanese version, the package is just a box, I'm just gonna put them back in the box. And then have the other American Skid, since I've long lost the box and have removed them and played around with them for many years. I'll just leave them in the robot mode, and this should, yeah. Man, I really wish there was other Alternators fans out there, or Binaltech fans. I know there are people who are into this, but this is a toy line that basically nobody collected, and probably because of costs, but also because I think people just didn't like the scale. This is like a very big robot. I mean, it's much bigger than the deluxe, and yeah, but man, the quality and the engineering and the design, and especially with the Japanese one, these are diecast. I just love that diecast. So much heftier and heavier, and feels more premium than the Hasbro version. And even though you're paying more, you're paying for the diecast, and you're paying for just a much better package in my opinion, especially since you get the trading card and you get alternate options such as this sticker design here, which I'm not a fan of, but at least you have an option. With the American version, you're stuck with that flame design if you love it or hate it. It's just part of the car. Yeah. Front, look at this, man. The headlights are like colored differently here. The grille, the car logo, the side lights, let's take a look at the back. Yeah, Skid as his license plate shows, and the BB is the car instead of Scion in America. This light is translucent here. Same thing on this side, obviously. Yeah, such a beautiful design. Let's take a look at the engine again. So yeah, we got his secret gun engine in here. And again, I love the fact that you can open up the doors. Well, this is kind of hard because there you go. And then you can also open up the back door. See if I can do this. There we go. And you can see this clearly. You see the seat in there. The seat does move, adjust front closer to the steering wheel or not. Actually, I'm the American. I'm on this side, but because they're Japanese, the drivers is going to be on this side. Here we go. Oops. So yeah. Well, so this Japanese version, the seat comes off pretty easily. So let's see, we can see. And then this obviously shouldn't have. Well, it's supposed to tab in there, but. Alright, thanks for watching.